Semester Cinema is a filmmaking intensive where 30 professionals mentor and collaborate with 45 students to make an ambitious film for national release.
What I most enjoy about the program is that it's a really different way to make a feature film. It's both inside of the professional film world in the sense that we're working with professional filmmakers who have dedicated their lives to this craft, and it's sort of outside of the commercial pressures of the film industry, so we can really just focus on creativity and learning.
I mean, you're making a movie. Like you are doing it as it actually happens in the real world. You start the program, you take classes and learn about what goes into it, what things you consider as you're in the pre-production phase. And by the time you get to the point of actually making the movie, you're fully prepared, having learned from your mentors. I took classes with Inez, who is our direct photography, so I got a lot of hands-on experience in learning what I needed to know before I started.
In a sense where you're here to just experience. Like, you don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be like the best of the best. This is not a competition for connections. It's like literally come here to experience, to learn.
I found out in this process that I love being first camera assistant, and that's something that I would love to pursue outside of this. And it's something I had never even known existed. I did not know what a first camera assistant did. And now I know that's one of the career choices that I'm really looking forward to.
Like at the beginning, it felt like we were students, and then all of a sudden when the film happened, we kind of just forgot we were students and in school, and we were just working. It felt very validating to be treated like we're part of the crew, and a lot of the mentors have been great in that sense.
My students are absolutely fabulous. They are already professionals. The most important set was the interior of the Prince home. After I scouted that in Vermont, I did a survey of the location. I took measurements, and within 24 hours we started building it. We built and painted and stained a variety of sets.
My mentor is Jevin Nelms. She's the costume designer, and she helped a lot, like in the very beginning, going through a lot of the basics, because most of the students who were in costumes hadn't had experience with costumes either in film or in theater before.
You know, I love my students. They worked really hard. They learned a lot. The practical part was becoming a set costumer, which is what the students became. So set costumers are people who work on set. They make sure that the costumes look fine, look correct, and they make any corrections that need to be made instantly.
Oh my gosh, I am in love with the costumes. I think that's probably one of my favorite parts. Going into wardrobe and, putting on the petticoat and then the skirt and the apron. And I think that the wardrobe department, big claps to them because they are doing so much.
The biggest thing I've learned from post-production is how important organization is, and my mentor is Miguel. He's also so amazing, and that's literally yesterday I was showing him the scene and he gave me great feedback he was just like, it's not about cutting the scene, but it's about you putting yourself in the shoes of the character.
What happens is that the students become professionals to a certain extent during the production of this film, and they get to learn about editing, which is, in my department. They're so incredible.
And so far to know that so many students have learned something, they've seen something that they wouldn't have seen prior to, and they're ready to move forward. I'm like, this is awesome. This is what we came here for. This is what we were set out to do, and it seems like we've accomplished our goals.
I thought I was going to come in and do editing, and now I'm working in the production office and on set. So it exceeded my expectations of what I was going to do.
I'm on the locations team for Semester Cinema, and my department head is Elena Gabby. I was trained by her. She is an amazing producer and director, documentarian, so I feel so privileged to have learned from her. And also the locations assistant manager, Emma Seeger. She has so much great experience. It's up to us to figure out, okay, who owns this property? Do we have to permit? Is it a historically old site that we have to treat especially carefully and protect? And it continues all the way throughout productions. So when we're actually on set and shooting, we have to be watching, and making connections with the community members.
Being born on Nantucket helps you big time in a locations manager job. My job is to find and book and make ready for filming the locations that we need.
I worked in production management, and on the set I work as the assistant script supervisor. Those are both very interesting. I definitely love learning about the paperwork and the things that are involved with managing and talking to people. And with script supervising, I like pointing out continuity and knowing what takes I like and knowing what takes that the director likes.
So working with my mentee, Lori, in particular, was very interesting and satisfying for me. One really impressive thing is what we've been able to pull off as a student production. We've really pulled our resources together and come up with something that I think is actually quite eloquent and really well told, really beautifully acted.
A lot of students are being extras on the film, but I also auditioned and got put in the role of Burroughs, who is a feature extra. So yeah, I'm like the bad guy's henchman, and it's like a lot more like physical acting, and it's interesting to be able to be on set, both filming behind the scenes and then actually like getting directed and seeing how both actors and crew members deal with that part of like on screen.
Going into the program, I had no intentions of acting, knowing that I would get the whole experience of just knowing what happens behind the scenes. But of course, because I have grown up acting, when Jay offered the opportunity for students to audition, I definitely wanted to audition. I was really surprised to know that I ended up getting the part as Drusilla, because I knew that reading about her and reading about the Prince family, I always knew that I felt very drawn to her character and loved who she was, and I was so excited to bring her to life. So I feel like this program has just given me the best of both worlds, to be able to do something that I'm used to and that I love to do, and to also do something completely different that I've never actually done before.
Living together for as closely as we have for so many months, it's really helped us get very close, I think, everyone, to form a very tight-knit group that I'll certainly carry on a lot of the friendships I've made here past this program.
I think that I am not done seeing these people's faces. I think I will be seeing a lot of these people again and working with them, and I'm really looking forward to it.
We're definitely a family. Matt, Contravious, Mama Eva, and Sean have just been so welcoming and so kind.
you know, you will meet a lot of wonderful people. You will make friendships probably for life, and you will also make connections in the film industry.